Sustainable Development Goal 1 aims to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. This goal focuses on ensuring that all people have access to basic necessities such as food, water, shelter, and healthcare. In order to measure progress towards this goal, several key metrics have been identified. The first metric is the percentage of people living below the international poverty line, which is currently set at $190.90 per day. This metric helps to track the number of people who are living in extreme poverty and are unable to meet their basic needs. Another important metric is the percentage of people who are food insecure. This metric measures the number of people who do not have reliable access to enough affordable, nutritious food to live a healthy and active life. Food insecurity is a key indicator of poverty and can have serious long-term consequences for individuals and communities. Access to basic services is also a critical metric for measuring progress towards stage 1. This includes access to clean water, sanitation, healthcare, and education. Without access to these services, people are more likely to remain trapped in poverty and unable to improve their quality of life. Income inequality is another important metric for tracking progress towards ending poverty. Wide disparities in income can create barriers to economic opportunity and social mobility, making it difficult for people to lift themselves out of poverty. By measuring income inequality, policymakers can identify areas where targeted interventions are needed to address these disparities. Finally, the percentage of people living in informal settlements is a key metric for measuring progress towards stage 1. Informal settlements are often characterized by inadequate housing, lack of access to basic services, and high levels of poverty. By tracking the number of people living in these settlements, policymakers can identify areas where targeted interventions are needed to improve living conditions and reduce poverty. Measuring progress towards stage 1 requires a comprehensive approach that takes into account a range of social, economic, and environmental factors. By tracking these key metrics, policymakers can identify areas where progress is being made and where additional efforts are needed to ensure that all people have the opportunity to live a life free from poverty.